friends, this is Pat from Rain Country Homestead, and today it's going to go over to my boy's house and help him lay some floor. It's a floating floor, and it calls for a little rolling device to help seat the two joints together. Once you place the floor and snap it in, you're supposed to roll it with a roller. So today I was going to build one because we don't have one, and so what I have going on here is a little piece of birch, and I have found center on the birch, the cross here, and I have found center on the other side. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole clear through this from one end to the other, and then it's going to be the right shaft size, so I'm going to make a shaft out of this and make a kind of a miniature rolling pin is what I'm doing. And so I got to drill a hole through here, go clear out the other side, and then I'm going to center this on the wood lathe and turn it down. Well, I want to put this piece of rubber, I just happened to find this rubber laying around the shop. Again, I don't throw anything away. And I'll make this the same diameter as the inside of that, and be able to slip this sleeve over top of this. This is going to be just a big fat round dowel after I get done with the hole in it, and it's just going to be a little rolling pin of sorts, if you can imagine. And so I'll cut this off the length, I'll fix it to this after I get this round, and I'll run this shaft through here, and we'll have us a little rolling pin so we can get his project done. So stick with me. I'll be right back. Alright, this is Pat again. I'm back. I got the right drill bit. Just a little bit larger than this piece of stock here. And so that'll be able to float easy into the hole that I drill into the blocking here. So I'm going to get started on running a hole through this, and then I'll be able to center this on the wood lathe and make that big fat little dowel I was telling you about. Got it. So when I get done turning this on the lathe, it should be perfectly centered on this shaft here, so we'll have something to be able to roll those joints on that floor into place. Okay, here we are at the lathe. Last item I milled on this thing was a wood bowl, and so now I took the bowl plate off. That was this guy here. Had to pull that off of there. And we'll put the center on there. Well guys, I screwed up. So this hole right here, I should have made that just a little bitty tiny pilot hole that made it clear through that, so that could define center. And what I've done is I've drilled it out to the size of the shaft that I'm going to use for the rolling pin shaft that runs through the center of that guy. I should have made that just real small. So what I'm going to have to do to rectify that or cure that is, you see where that indentation is right there? That was for my live center. What I'll have to do is I'll have to define the width between the live center where it connects to the block here, and figure out the distance there, and then make a square basically on the outside of this, you know, between this point here and this point here, a straight square line. From this point here to this point here, a straight square line, and so forth and around to where I got a square overlapping this piece here. And what that'll do for me is it'll help me to define where exactly center is between this point and this point, and also then the center of this. So when I go to put the live center on the tailpiece on the wood lathe, what I'll do is I'll center the live center inside that square, and so then on the other side I'll be able to actually see that center, and then I'll also I'll put a square on this that will actually meet up to the edge of this, the edge of this, and the edge of this, and so forth. And that way that'll get the center in here. So I've got a plan here to fix my mistake. Well, we got this thing centered on here the best I can. It's not going to be perfect. It would have been better if I would have made maybe 1/8 of an inch pilot hole in here, and that way the centers would actually center right on that hole, and it'd be a lot easier for me. But we got it on there. It'll be okay for what we're trying to use this for. It might have just a little tiny bit of wobble in it, but we'll see after we get done. See how well I did. We'll get set up with the tool rest here. I'll find out what the dimension is for that rubber sleeve I'm going to put on there. Okay, we got plenty. Let's see, get a right angle here on the camera, and as you can see, we got quite a bit left over, a lot more wood left over, so I can come in quite a bit, take a lot more material off of my piece here in order to make it fit the circumference of this, or I mean the inside diameter of this piece of rubber. This is all just a rubber sleeve. It went on something. I can't remember what it was for, but I'll go ahead and cut this off. Cut this off to length when I get done milling this piece off round. The outside diameter of this will be the same as the inside diameter of this rubber piece here. And this rubber thing is just for grip. When we go to push down onto the floor, it'll help that help the two pieces seat together at the joint. Make sure I don't oblong it to this rubber. I'll make it just a little bit wider. I'll check it just a little bit wider, so when I go to check this outside diameter on this piece of stock here that I'm working on, it won't exceed the inside of this, because I want this to fit kind of snug. I'll go just to the outside of this, so if I do go below the inside diameter of that rubber piece, I can always just cut this end off and I'll be okay. I want to make sure that this fits snug there. This piece here fits snug on that rubber, so it don't slip around on us. Double check this thing, make sure that I'm not off. I can come down quite a bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch. So that'd be a 1/16 inch of material here, because that's going to telescope to the other side. Okay, that's just touching. That might be just about right. I'll take and continue off to this point, straight across, and then we'll pull it off of there. Hopefully it's in good shape. I'll use this tool here. Focus. I'll use that tool. It's got a flat edge on it. That'll kind of help make sure and ensure that my stock here is straight across and flat. I want it flat clear across the top of that. Okay, so that fits in there pretty snug. You don't want to make it impossible to get in there because I got to go to full length of this guy. So what I'll do is I'll go over there to the miter saw and cut this off to length. Okay, here we go. I got that off of the wood lathe, and we got the rubber sleeve to fit on there. Well, just a side of perfect, I guess. If it wasn't me doing it, it would be perfect. Just kidding. Anyway, it fits on there nicely. And now what we'll have to do is cut a little steel rod to go in one end and out the other for handles. And it's going to roll on this as like just like I say, a big rolling pin. So I'll go get that chunk of metal, and we'll set that up to go ahead and get that cut off in the vise back here. And I'll just take a die grinder and just cut off the length that we need and round off the corners. Okay, we're back. We got a die grinder with a little cutoff wheel on here, and we got our stock. I'll run the rolling pin or the roller through here. I'll run out the other side. I'll leave enough leader on there to go ahead and grab a hold of this with both hands. I think I'll just cut this off right in here. Well, there you have the makeshift roller for the floor there we're going to put in. And I'm going to try it out just like this without putting any handles on this, but I could actually make some wood handles on the wood lathe. And we've got quite a bit of floor to put in, but for his bathroom today, we'll just go ahead and try using it like this and see how it works out. I might come across some different, I guess, design ideas that might help us help me in further development of this, if there's a bigger, fatter handle to put on here or whatever. I'll take it over there and try it like this first to see how it works out. So thanks for watching.